Hey, what is up, guys? This video might be a little weird. It is inspired by some KJH videos that Kalinda used to put out, I think about a year ago now or something, where he would essentially just be practicing and talking. And I liked those videos a lot, and it seemed like other people did too. And I feel like I'm kind of one-sided with my content creation these days. I do some sort of educational piece once like a month or something, maybe once every other month. Uh, and other than that, I'm just kind of streaming my practice, streaming unranked, streaming sessions with top players and stuff, which is cool. But yeah, I don't know. I've been feeling a little weird about streaming maybe recently, and maybe that's something that we'll get into. But yeah, I figure I'll play a little bit, and we can just sort of see where my mind goes as I talk to myself. There's no chat for me to glance at. There's no topics that you guys are feeding me. I feel like I have a lot on my mind, just as a person, as a competitor, as a Melee player. Things about the game I'd love to talk about that I really don't get the time to, or feel like it wouldn't fit into like a live stream segment very well. So yeah, maybe this will be posted, maybe it won't be. I'm really not sure where this is gonna go. Feel a little awkward, but hey, you gotta, be a little uncomfortable to grow, am I right? Okay, so first thing that I'm actually gonna do, I realized that I've been doing this little series on my stream that like some people are aware of and some people aren't, where I have been playing against one character specifically so that I can use that to de-rust. And I only play against that character for like a week. So I did like a Fox week where I only played against Foxes and generally top Foxes, but some mid and low level Foxes so I could practice certain ideas, and then I do some off-stream analysis and some talking with other high level players and writing notes and stuff. And all that has been really cool. We've kind of done Fox, Samus, Falco, and Ice Climbers now. I wanted to do a little bit more Ice Climbers, so maybe I'll search for some Ice Climbers in a day coming up kind of soon. But the rigidity of that like segment is kind of gone at this point. I feel like I don't just want to play against one character for a week, and it wasn't exactly what I thought it would be, but I didn't know what it would be. It is sort of like I'm making a focus on a specific character for a certain period of time, and the way I have been determining which character I'm going to actually be playing against, I had this wheel. And so I've removed the characters that we've already done, or I guess I've already done. And so you guys can be here with me while I choose the next character. And I figure what we can sort of do is I could just practice against this character, maybe lab a little bit, maybe talk about some general ideas with that character. And maybe I won't talk about the matchup at all, but you guys get to be here for this, which is kind of exciting. Usually I just do this off stream. I do it for myself or do it with my friends. So Yoshi is such a funny one for this to land on, man. Okay, so Yoshi. All right, so it's a little bit funny because there's essentially one Yoshi in the world that I haven't beaten before, but I have taken Amsa to game 5 last stock a couple of times. Let's make it a red Yoshi. Oh. So yeah, this is the first time I'm putting a controller in my hands today, so I'm gonna warm up a little bit and kind of just talk as I work my way through this. You guys can maybe see how I warm up a little bit. Usually doesn't take me too long. My hands aren't too cold right now also, so that's happening. Dude, I feel like I'm streaming, but I'm not gonna be... There's nothing for me to look at. There's this little section of monitor right there, and I feel like I'm just in the... I'm here alone, and there's nobody else to talk to, but that's kind of cool. Maybe we talk about Falco versus Yoshi a little bit. I have put out a Falco versus Yoshi guide that sort of breaks down my thoughts on the matchup. It's kind of weird because I feel like there isn't a lot of mid-level Falco versus mid-level Yoshi gameplay that I could refer back to or even think about. I kind of just had to think of like, what was my experience breaking out of the mid-level and entering high level and not losing to any of those Yoshis anymore. Like, potentially there were Yoshis that were threats to me back when I was the same perceived skill level, or like I would place the same as certain Yoshi players or whatever. But I sort of just transitioned out of that by becoming a more consistent melee player with better tech skill and better recoveries and defensive gameplay and all that kind of stuff. But that video ended up feeling really weird to me. Because I can think back on so many sets that I've played of mid-level Falco versus mid-level Puff, and then being a high-level Falco and knowing what the mid-level Puffs are going for and give advice around that. But I really had to think about the basics in the matchup and what lower-level players aren't able to handle. And in that sense, I feel like I ended up doing a pretty good job. But I also feel like a lot of those foundational things end up losing some of their utility as you sort of progress into the higher level. And all I really mean by that is when you play against AMSA, it's not like you can just like utilize auto cancel back air to the same degree. He's not gonna let you dash attack the ledge stall with the eggs. You know, there's certain things about the matchup that just like at the core definitely apply and are important to recognize, but it's also important to think about how AMSA specifically, it's interesting because it's just one player. I could say high-level Yoshis also, but I truly believe that AMSA is in a league of his own. But it's interesting to think about how AMSA navigates around the common mid-level Falco things, or even like high-ish level Falco things, that he has to work around it in order to do things like win Big House, you know? Because he can't just, well, he actually beat me. Was it that Big House or the next one? Man, now I can't remember. I actually think it was the next one. I think I was not in his bracket path for the one that he won. But, you know, he has to beat the Joey Donutses, the Logoses, the frickin' fringe top 100 skill level Falcos, and he can never lose to them. It's like, well, they all have tech skill, and they all know how to use auto cancel back air, and they know not to attack side platform. So isn't it kind of interesting that a character that we might perceive as kind of like mid-tier, or maybe more limited than Fox or Falco, still has to find a way to get enough value with their moveset to be able to beat pretty high-level players. I think that's kind of crazy. But then my job as the high-level Falco that wants to beat that high-level Yoshi, man, this is what competition is all about. My job is to then come up with ways to beat out the defensive Yoshi counterplay. And maybe I'll show you guys an example of that real quick. I don't know if I ever made like a YouTube video about this or something, but there is a combo that is really common. We'll put the Yoshi to 35 and we'll just do no trajectory DI, that should work. And no smash DI, also just to make things a little bit consistent right now. Oh, I can only do random. What the hell? Oh, I can do 0 frames of Smash. Yeah, okay, I'm a little bit new to this new community-made Uncle Punch. So you guys are getting to learn this a little bit with me. So counter action is jump neutral out of the air. So this will be interesting right here. I'll do a little save state. As you can see, I can't delay the down air too much. Otherwise, I drop the combo. Right, because they jump through it. And not only would they jump through it, but a lot of times you're going to get counter hit for this. Especially if you're at a high percent. You're going to get double jump nared. Life is going to be bad for you. And then if you do it too early, this shine isn't going to connect, right? So there's a sweet spot where you probably at this percent could actually find a percent where that shine combos. Let's see if I can get it just right. There it is. Boom. Keep in mind, he's jumping out of this combo frame perfectly. So, he's trying to jump out, but he didn't, which is why he still has his jump here. So there's a true combo string that I just did. But something interesting about Yoshi's double jump, if you guys look here frame by frame, is that, oh shoot, maybe I should. Okay, so Yoshi actually dips down slightly for those first few frames of his double jump before he ends up going upwards. And in this time, you can take these sort of situations where Yoshi might be able to escape this. And keep in mind, usually what would happen here is that the Yoshi would avoid your shine, and instead of double jumping to the top of the screen, they would double jump near you, right? We could just imagine that for a second instead of me having to set up a recording. I hope so. But they would just essentially hover right above this shine, and they would double jump near you, or double jump up air you, or whatever the heck they want to do. Usually it's nair. And so you actually get full-on reversaled for attempting these combos that don't work. But something I came up with is that during these frames where Yoshi is going to be dipping down, I chose such a hard percent that I'm either like getting the true combo or not. But yeah, so what I just did here is a double shine extension. So it goes back to this idea, right, that Amsa comes up with some counterplay. Let's say that a Falco will try to do a pillar combo. Okay, well, a Falco has the tech skill to do nice pillar combos, but maybe doesn't have the percent, or maybe Amsa smashed the eyes slightly, and so he's higher up, and so this pillar combo isn't going to connect, at least perfectly. But that double jump causes him to dip down. So the regular Falco goes for the shine, and then gets reversaled. But I think, okay, well, if I delay this aerial as much as possible and get them as low as possible and time my shine as they get out of hit stun and use their double jump, then I can take their double jump with my first shine, because shine will always knock out the double jump armor, and I can then double shine them to continue the combo and take their jump. So you see how Yoshi just falls there? Yoshi's set to escape the air with the double jump. Let me see if I can get it again. There it is. So I shined them during the double jump, which is why they went down. And if I hit that double shine, then I'm able to keep comboing them in the air here. Oh, the timing's so funny. Why did I have to set such a hard percent? There it is. And see, now this Yoshi is just dead, if I chose to continue the combo. So this is something that I came up with where I had to be like, okay, well, at these percents where I can't true pillar combo Yoshi and they're trying to double jump out of all my combos, something kind of interesting is if you have even more percent and it's even more guaranteed for you to go for this, instead intentionally delaying it. So there I did an intentional delay, so this Yoshi is dead. Because pretty easily here, I could just do this straight into a combo and straight into a combo. Funnily enough, I actually didn't get that one. But yeah, I can just like do this forever. Boom. But the Yoshi's gonna be DIing, the Yoshi's gonna be smash DIing, they're gonna land on a platform, things are gonna get difficult. So what you can do is you can do an intentional delay. Boom, see, I caught the double jump there. Now Yoshi will just fall to the ground. So this is something high level that I have to bring to the table against a top 10 player. Magi has ended up doing this after I came up with it. And unfortunately not really sharking Yoshi very well post double shine, at least from what I've seen. No flame to Magi, I think that she's incredible, but I do think that like after doing the double shine combos, I think that she could have just hit Yoshi out and killed him pretty easily. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff like this where like I don't even know if I put that in the Yoshi guide or whatever, or I've made a video about that double shine combo, but it's something where like, man, a good Yoshi knows to avoid these pillar combos, and I have to be one step ahead of them. But you know who it's really hard to be one step ahead of? Is Amsa. He's a labber, he's an analyzer, he's a grinder. It's really hard to play against that guy and be one step ahead of whatever he's labbed. And he seemingly brings something new to the table every single time he plays. So I have to do my job as a good Falco player and just analyze what I can, understand the foundational things that work, maybe see things within his gameplay that are lacking, and just have plans in place. Another kind of funny thing about this is that I can think about that all I want, and I can have plans in place for Amsa, the red Yoshi, but I can play against all of the other Yoshis who are near top 100 level, and not always do those notes help me. Sometimes they'll even hurt me. And so that's one of the crazy things with Melee. And I guess a lot of other games too, I'm sure. But the diversity in playstyles and habits and even just decision making, I wouldn't even consider it necessarily a habit, but just like what people consider when they play the game, or trying to understand what they value as a competitor. Like, does this person value having a positional advantage over me, or do they just want to get close to me so they can use their fast-paced options up close and not have to like dash or traverse the stage, or like where is the hole that I can exploit? Figuring that out against your exact opponent can sometimes seem so specific to that person. And that makes the game really hard at a high level, because you can't lose to anybody, but you also don't have time to prepare against everybody. You show up to a tournament with 1,000 people, and you have no idea truly who is going to be in your bracket path, or whether or not they've studied your VODs, and they have specific answers for the normal things that you do. And do you have backup plans for those things? Man, all the stuff gets so crazy. I can think back to a time, I can't even remember what tournament it was specifically, but I remember it was around the time that I got ranked top 100 for the first time, and I was the highest debuting player that year. But I remember I played against somebody in tournament that was pretty good. It wasn't Swedish Delight. I want to say that it was a Sheik though. And I remember playing against them and thinking, that person seemed to have like extra information about what I was gonna do. I think I still ended up winning that set, but it was the first time where I was like, man, someone from completely out of region has never played against me before, wasn't even necessarily good against Falco in my mind, seemed to have legitimately tailored gameplay to the types of options that I like to do. And now, I say now, but it's been over like a year and a half since I've competed at this point. I guess not a year and a half yet, but over a year since I've competed at this point, but now that's just expected. Like, I go to play against Nun, or Zane, or Cody, or... Man, who's another good player that I think specifically tailors their gameplay towards me? Hungrybox. And I play against those people, and it is so obvious that they are playing the player and not necessarily the matchup in so many situations. But it's a balance, because you still need to play the matchup well. You can't just play against the person. Which again kind of brings me back to this core thing that I didn't know I was going to talk about, which is that I have to be prepared for Yoshi at some sort of foundational level, but I also have to be prepared for Amsa's decisions regarding those options. But not forgetting why the foundational things are the foundational things. Man, it kind of all comes full circle. But yeah, I just think the game is really complicated. Dude, okay, so maybe we learn something new together real quick. This is gonna be so random because I did it accidentally just now, but then I wanted to see if I could do it multiple times. People have been talking a lot about how, at least people in like the grinder, lab, or tech skill nerd circle have been talking about this wave dash, Teeter Cancel at the edge of the stage or an edge of a platform, and I never seem to be able to do this consistently. I don't know what it is about me or this situation. I think part of what it is that like I hold R maybe for slightly longer than other people, And so maybe I just need to like specifically press it for a shorter period of time, because sometimes I keep my shield up, but I put a lot of pressure on this wave dash, and so I end up messing it up a lot. Luckily, I think if I full hop here, I could just like have backup plans that are like not so bad, but it would be a little surprising. So how do if I wanted to slide off after doing this wave dash, I just keep holding? Yeah, so I could just hold the wave dash angle. Would that happen even if I did a 45 degree? It would. And then if I hold shield, oh, kind of interesting that you can just cancel it with shield even. So like, you can cancel with this teeter, which is obviously good and like manipulates your hurt box a ton. You can even shield there, and you would be facing the correct direction. Man, that's kind of weird. But a sequence I see people do is that they'll do like that. They'll ledge dash, and then they'll dash back wave dash. Which is funny, because it's just like a ledge dash into a ledge dash for me, since I use back to ledge dash. Okay, if I think of it like that, I feel like I can actually do that pretty consistently. Interesting. Let's try it again. Held my shield for slightly too long there. I guess you'd want to dash wave dash and make sure that you do, so you get there quickly. Man, that's such a fast sequence. It's interesting for Falco too, because like he doesn't have a lot of time to whiff punish people because his ground speed's a little slow. So a lot of times when I do my ledge dash back, I only dash back for a very short period of time, since like you can imagine if a fox is like at the edge of your ledge dash range and they're trying to pressure you with full hop back air, like you need to be here. Like here, I'll set up the Yoshi to be at the spot. So like we have this situation. I need to be there quickly. I can't wait, or else they like would have ended doing their thing, and I don't have a whiff punish timing anymore. Like if I dash back for too long, like it's not gonna be good. I'll try to even get a long wave dash maybe. That might be interesting. I haven't practiced long. Okay, yeah. But if I dash back all the way to the edge of the stage, then I probably am not getting the whiff punish on the fox bear. And then that could happen too. I wonder if this teeter... I mean, it wouldn't be faster than just dashing back, for sure. But it's maybe also nice because I don't run the risk of doing this runoff, double jumping like this, as opposed to getting that dash back that I want. I could just kind of be sure, as long as I execute well, that I'm gonna hit that. Oh man, this is interesting. What if... So yeah, if I think of it as like 2 ledge dashes, I can get this like every time. Okay, so I just thought of an idea of what if we did like a laser land on the side plat, one that like doesn't even give me gallant. I don't even care about that. But then I did a I didn't set a recording. But then I did a wave dash back here. I mean, I could. Is there any good point in doing this? It's pretty safe to go back here, but if you're gonna do that, you probably just want to do the Ginger Laser Land anyway, which is this one, just straight up and down, fast falling for 1 frame. But okay, I was just thinking it'd be interesting to do it out of a laser land, dude. It's so weirdly fast. You have to release quickly. In Melee, there's not a lot of things that you, like... If I want a shield grab, it's not like I need to let go of L or A after I do the shield grab, and, like, that release matters. But this, if you keep holding your angle, you fall off, and you hold shield, and you do a shield. That feels weird to me. So the release timing is, like, specifically important and fast. Whoa. Just crazy. Just crazy. I feel like maybe releasing, especially with the stick, and also not having analog triggers, on the box would probably be a lot easier to do this. Man. Yeah, I don't even know if this one would be useful, but I could do that, I suppose. And I have, well, I could just do that anyway. Again, I'm trying to think about why I would prefer to do that over just dashing back. I guess I could also hold it and then go at whatever timing I want. And I'm as deep as possible. That's probably important, at least on the ground. I do think, again, maybe on the platform it's not so useful. I'm just brainstorming with you guys. Hopefully this is entertaining for anybody that's watching, if I do choose to post this. Yeah, so there's some benefits. Being able to hold it, then go whenever I want. I don't have to keep dash dancing or like pivot at some point. My hurt box is like as far away as possible. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Dude, not to say too much about it, but recently, I didn't know about this, maybe other people knew about this, but if you roll from the ledge twice and then just jump inside B, you get an edge cancel on every stage. And it's on every stage because your roll is gonna go the same distance on every stage. Isn't that crazy? I didn't really know that. I don't know why I didn't know that. Maybe I knew it at some point back in like 2010 or something. And was just like, oh, that's like funny. But it's kind of interesting. I think at least. So it's gonna be Yoshi week. That's gonna be interesting. Again, it's not gonna be a full week and it's not gonna be just against Yoshi, so me branding this as something that is like Yoshi week is kind of interesting. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach out to some top level Yoshis. I'm going to grind the matchup. I'm gonna write notes every night. I'm gonna analyze high level players doing that. Maybe I'll do it on stream and maybe I'll post some of my analysis of like Mango versus Amsa or PP versus Amsa. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen Mango just play on stream against one of the other good Yoshis, either like Egg Money or Mono or UX or other top Yoshis. There's a lot of good Yoshis. Again, Amsa in a league of his own, but you could very easily say the same thing about Falcos at this point, right? But I'm excited to get into this matchup. I think that it's a matchup I'm pretty good at. Like I said, I've taken Amsa to game 5 last stock, I think 3 times now. And the only other Falco that I know that has taken him to game 5 that isn't Mango, because Mango's beaten him with Falco, is Casey. So maybe I'll look over the Casey VODs. I don't remember seeing anything terribly new, but I bet it would be good to look at the Casey VODs to jog my memory about some of the things that just work well against Yoshi. Maybe Dave, Slow King, did well against Amsa also, but I don't know if that was streamed. I wonder if I can... Yeah, there we go. This laser is so hard. I think this is a frame perfect input. So I do a drop off fast fall turnaround laser. Yeah, I wonder if that is frame perfect. I'm gonna test this real quick. On Yoshi specifically. So my fast fall has started. My laser has started. Oh, that looks like I have a couple of extra frames, I'm gonna be honest. So we're off. That's fast fall. I'm gonna wait 1 extra frame. Oh, so it's a 2 frame window. Crazy. Yeah, this laser is really sick, but it's really hard. Maybe I should practice it again though, because 2 frame window is not bad. Oh man, come on. It's just about, so if you guys at home want to practice this, maybe I should say this because it's not just about me. But if you want to practice it, the way that you do it is that you don't do like fast fall, then turnaround, then laser. You just do a fast fall turnaround by pressing the down back like 45-degree notch as soon as you fall off. See, so I'm holding down here, but you guys can't see my hands from here. But it's really close to just being back. So if you press like down back here, you'd be able to get this. And it being a 2-frame window, like if I really try, that seems good. Also, it seemed like, so first frame I hold down back, I don't fast fall. Second frame, then I fast fall. So I wonder, can I run off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say. Then we do it. Does this laser still come out? It does. So let's see. We're gonna run off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down back. Then wait a frame. Then do it. This is gonna be crazy if it comes out. Oh. So that means the timing of the down back doesn't matter that much. It's just down back, release into laser. So it's a flick. And of course I immediately can't do it. So, dude, it's actually, some controllers, by the way, are gonna be better or worse at this because some controllers return back to neutral faster than others. Also, if I just want to fast fall, I could do that, right? So let's, oops. So we're gonna go Z, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Dude, how do I frame by frame a waveland off? Come on. Dude! Okay, come on. What? Bro. Okay. Yeah, so it's the same thing. That's what I thought, but I wasn't able to do it. So I just have to get the flick. There it is. I was just thinking that this would be kind of crazy if I could do it. I should show this to Kalindi. He'd like this a lot. This is a Kalindi piece of tech skill. And then if you don't fast fall it, you could land on the side plat. Or maybe you couldn't land on the side. No, you could. It wouldn't just be not fast falling it though. You'd have to hold to the right slightly. And that's actually kind of hard. Oh, dude, if I could master these lasers, this would be really sick. Like attacking somebody in the corner, and you go like, there's easier ways of doing this laser, but doing that fast is kinda nutty. Imagine somebody's like dash dancing here, trying to whiff punish you or whatever. And then you hit them with the mix-up, something like this. Could be insane. Dang, that's kind of crazy. I don't know, I'll think about that. That probably has nothing to do with Yoshi. And I said I was gonna maybe talk about Yoshi stuff. Who knows? Well, like I said, these videos were kind of inspired by Kalindi, and he would do, I think, like half-hour sessions for most of these. And this is my little test run, so yeah, if you guys want to support me, consider subscribing to me on Twitch. Also, if you like the video, leave a comment. If you guys have ideas for what you'd like me to talk about for the next one, if I do another one of these, leave them in the comments, and I'll maybe try to pick up on some things, especially if certain comments get like a bunch of upvotes, like, oh, we want to hear you talk about, you know, Falco versus Marth or something, or like you guys have a question about a specific Melee thing, or what it's like to be a top-level Melee competitor, and questions about traveling, or anything. Feel free to let me know. I'll try to take into consideration, even if I don't like or reply to certain comments, I do view them all, I read them all. So check that out. And yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Maybe I'll do this again, and you guys will get another one out of me. So have a good one. Peace.